Hey guys, this is Triple T with Alex. Today's topic is definitely going to be more of how I came out. I've done this already on my Instagram, which will be posted right there. But let's start from the beginning. Let me tell you straight, this is explicit content. Explicit content. If you do not feel comfortable listening to any of these type of stories, like getting more intimate about a person or getting to know an actual person, you may leave this video at any time. You are not obligated to listen. You are not obligated to hear any of this story. But if you do want to understand me to the point where I'm opening up to you, this is where I'm opening up. You're gonna hear the usual, either I knew or I didn't know. I was in denial is my answer. I either knew or I didn't know. It's more of a I was in denial type of place. Because I knew from the bottom of my heart, way low, that I was different. What was I saying? I knew I was different. I knew something was off of me. I just couldn't explain it. I just couldn't describe it in words, I didn't want to listen to what was going on down there. I wanted to be quote unquote normal, which is being typical female, going through experiences and all. But I just knew deep down inside of me it was something out, different about me. I come from a Hispanic household. My family is from Mexico, and I was born here in the United States. I was raised with old customs where, boys wear pants and girls wear dresses. I was not one of them. I did not like dresses. But my mother made me, because mothers love you in these poofy little beautiful dresses and make you want to have beautiful long hair and have bows on your head. I had those. I'm not going to show pictures unless I find some. I grew up, going to parties, wearing dresses. I grew up with a dead name that I do not really like, and I can definitely tell you more in detail later in a different video. I grew up where men were machos, and they did all the hard work and girls didn't. The girls did stay home, play dolls or whatever. I didn't like dolls, to be honest. I only got dolls because family bought them for me. I played with babies, little babies. Yeah. I had to wear dresses because I was made or told to do so. But I liked pants. I liked wearing gym shorts. I liked doing sports. Parents thought I was just a tomboy. Right? That's the word. Tomboy. I grew up with a generation where my family was the first generation coming to the United States. So everything here was so new. Everything was so new. Of course the language, of course the culture, of course, in a different environment, in different ideas. It's like you're in a new planet or whatever. I wasn't there with my parents. I wasn't there in those certain types of ideas, and but there comes a point where you notice as a child, reflecting as a child, that you weren't into boys or girls or whatever you were liking. Having a crush on. No, I didn't have a crush on anybody like that. I didn't see guys as or boys in that perspective. I didn't see boys as I like them crush-wise. I saw boys as they're my friends, they're my brothers, they're like pals. I saw girls as a young girl. I'm like, oh, she's pretty. But here's the question. Here's what a lot of people think. You could say that even if you were just female. I didn't say it like that. I said it. I thought they were pretty, like actual pretty, attractiveness. So I was at 10 years old is where I felt conflicted. At 10 years old, I felt like I don't know, I just felt more insecure who I was. I would watch these telenovelas, they're called soap operas in Hispanic culture. Telenovelas, if you've seen Jane the Virgin, oh, I love Jane the Virgin. Where it gets crazy in the TV shows and all, someone gets slapped across the face or whatever. And they have this most passionate scene, the most passionate scene that you could think of. And they're like, oh, kiss, 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 whatever. And, they get to the intimacy part. Girls most likely look at the guy and say, I want that guy to, yeah. I did it. I personally did not see myself as the female wanting the guy. I saw myself wanting to be the guy wanting to do it to the female, or wanting to be intimate with the female. And that's just like, but my mother at that time would make me cover my ass. But us children are mischievous. We're curious about a lot of things. We're curious, so we cover our eyes. And what I did, I was like, what are they doing? And that's what I did. I just pretended that I wasn't looking, but peeping through, and that was like, whew, wait a minute, what just happened? By myself, I would just reflect on what I just saw and what was I thinking. My thoughts were everywhere. I'm like, I think this is normal, right? Feeling I want to be a guy, right? Nah, I don't know. I mean, yeah. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I said, and that's what exactly I did. I'm like, yeah. But I denied it. I pushed it down. But every time I would go to the bathroom, as I started growing up and hitting puberty, I would look at myself in the mirror and look at my upper body, and I'd say, I don't want these. As they were growing, I don't want these. As I kept looking at myself, I do not want these. I cannot get myself to picture myself with any of this. I would look myself in the mirror and I would hate every bit of what I would see. And I said, I want a flat chest. That's exactly what I felt. I don't want anything to do with a female. I want to be a guy. But then I stopped myself right there. That's when I started even more knowing I was in denial. But then I started observing more females. I was starting observing more girls and more women. And I'm like, wow, these are beautiful women. I am attracted. I don't know why. I just know. I have this instinct gut feeling. At age 16, I was in a relationship with someone behind my family's back. I would just say, this is just my friend. This is my friend. Oh, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. That person ended up coming over. And this person was female, by the way, of course. And I'd come out to that person that I was bisexual. When you're 16 years old, you didn't know what you were doing on Facebook, right? One night, my mom asked me, I need to ask you something. That name. I said, well, Mom. Now, no, my mom doesn't have Facebook. At this time, she had not had access to Facebook. She asked me exactly these words. Who are you kissing in this picture on Facebook? She asked me. She didn't show me, but she told me. I said, what are you talking about? And she exploded. She exploded. she just went on full rant. And that's when I officially came out as bisexual. Now, I came out as bisexual at that time because I was afraid. I was afraid that I didn't know how my family would react if I just told them I just like girls. Or I was trying to, ease it in, and I didn't want more problems. So I wanted to take it easy. But I knew I liked girls. I had my couple boyfriends. Not gonna lie, I had a couple boyfriends when I was female. I was dead name, as in, And I did not feel comfortable with those people, male. I felt so uncomfortable. I felt like there was no spark, there was no. Just this insecurity of me, I felt, not gonna lie, I felt gross. I felt gross being around, having a guy having their arms around me. But, you know what? I ended up still dating girls after that. After that, when my mother found out that I was dating a girl, she prohibited me having any sort of contact with that person. And after that, I started dating more girls. And once I started dating more girls, I felt more confident about what to wear. I started, with this first relationship, I was already, wearing jeans, wearing a nice cool shirt, starting to wear my hair up a little more, wearing snapbacks. I did not have these glasses, but I had geekier glasses. And then I started more and more changing the style. Instead of just, 16-year-old, I dress more like nice, casual, some ties and all. And then my hair went from almost to the bottom of the end of my back. Started cutting it shorter and shorter up to here, and then poof, it started getting shorter, and then I started getting more like masculine, like having a hair like this, but I don't like it like that anymore. Once I started doing that, I had a lot of trouble. When I started coming out and starting dating more women, a little more, not openly, but figuring it out slowly, I got depressed. I got into motions of who am I? What do I really want? That was when I was between 16 and up to 18. One day my mother asks me, do you want to be a man? Do you want to be transgender? What do you want? At that time, I didn't know how to answer her. At that time, I still didn't know who I was completely. I just knew I liked girls. And that's when I opened up and said, I'm a lesbian. And it just felt weird. I felt incomplete. I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have that self-esteem for a really long time, like I'm doing right now, being open about it. I turned 20. I decided to move out of my house. I moved out and I moved into an apartment. And that was actually really good for me. That's when I knew I was slowly starting to be myself. I was getting to know somebody, and this person was like, do you feel comfortable? Who are you? What do you want? Like, what do you feel? I said, I don't know who I am yet. I just know I like girls, and I don't necessarily love my body completely. I was slowly, but I didn't want to say anything more. I was still in denial. I was still not comfortable. And I was just slowly opening myself up to the point where, am I really this person? I had to question it a lot. I had to make sure who I was, because I know deep down it was true. Yet I still had self-conflict accepting it myself. Friends and more people, they knew, honestly. They knew it before I knew it. They just didn't want to tell me. I had friends tell me, like when I came up to them and tell them all what I felt, and they're like, well, I already knew this was going to happen. And I said, I didn't know. I was still unsure yet. I was still trying to answer the questions that I need to answer. I needed to answer the questions myself. I needed to answer the questions myself. For the longest time. Like, seriously. Then, one day, it was Day of Trans Visibility. I started to listen to what I was at. One day on Day of Trans Visibility, I started to open up to myself. I said, I'm transgender, I can't hide it anymore. I can't hide who I am. I want to be this man. I want to be me. I want to be the person I'm supposed to be. And I keep pushing it down and I keep denying it and I can't do it anymore. But I need to take it slow. So I ended up opening up to a couple family members. Just my cousins. The ones that are really close. Because I knew they would listen and hear me out. I felt relieved. I felt like, once I told them, I felt like the weight on my chest was finally gone. I felt a little more open and I felt more comfortable about myself. I'm not crying, I promise. And I felt I can finally accept who I was. As soon as I said those words and I fully felt open about it, I said, I am who I am and I can't deny that anymore. But I did have trouble still being more open about it with friends. So I slowly just took it step by step. I started being with other females, other girls, or whoever, whatever you want to call them. And one of them was like, I know that you are, you just not opening up to me. And I said, oh yeah, I know, I need time. But that person really helped. And that person pushed me to be a little bit more courageous about myself, a little bit more braver about myself. After that relationship broke off, we became really good friends. And then I realized that I needed to start something. I accepted who I was, and now what's the next step? On December 6, 2019, I had my first T-shot. I started treatment. I started I'm seeing therapists. And from that moment, from that day I started T till now, I've been in 10 times better place than I was before. I was not in the best place. I was in such a bad place that I can tell you more. That is a long story. Now I'm being 8 months on testosterone. I'm finally opening up completely. Almost 8 months, because I'll be 8 months on August 6th. After 8 months, I am finally opening up not only to just my cousins, to my friends, to my family's members that are still working on. They're not all the way there, but and to the people that I'm close to, and now even on work environments. And I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not in denial anymore. I accept who I am. I am Alex Hernandez. I love myself and I love who I'm becoming, and I love that I am open now. I fully love who I am. Because if I would have started earlier, I don't know if I would have been able to love myself like I am loving myself now. And that is a fact. I struggled so much for that. But now I'm just so happy to express who I am and express and tell you guys my journey. So, this is who I am. I'm Alex Hernandez, and I'm happy to share this story with you guys. Definitely comment if you have any questions. Subscribe to the channel. I am ecstatic to have you on this beautiful journey that I'm taking on. I can't wait to talk about not just about myself, but different topics in general, or anything that you guys want me to talk about. But I'm so happy about this, guys. Like, you have no idea. This is Triple T with Alex. Much love, hang loose, and take care.